man. Like I think it might be rough to like work a full 12-hour overnight shift and then try to get maybe like 5 hours of sleep, 6 hours of sleep, and then
Do a
do the
podcast.
podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's something we'll have to, like I said, it's something we'll have to figure out and work out.
Next week is
Especially
fine. Next week is fine. Next week I'll be here.
especially with my weekends being at the new house now, I don't really have the availability, so it's gonna have to be on Fridays at
Yeah.
least. Hopefully for not much longer. Hopefully I hear about my countertops and we are moved in like the first week of February, but once we get settled, it's something that we can talk about and see if maybe every other week or every 2 weeks we do a Saturday show. I got
Yeah.
to talk to Travis about that too. So
Yeah. I understand. I don't know. Like I said, it's gonna be. It was supposed to be a total of 4 weeks, but next week I don't have to do the overnight shift because someone's gonna come in from a different store, but they can only do it this week.
okay.
But
Oh
yeah,
well, you
it's
didn't tell me it was only 4 weeks. You made it sound like this was like semi-permanent going forward.
no. It's like a three
Oh,
week period where I just wouldn't be
oh
on the
well then,
show.
dude, just take 3 weeks off and chill.
Like
You don't have to
yeah,
take notes. You don't have to do that shit. And me and Katie can do 3 weeks without you. Like that's, I thought like this was going to go on through the
no,
year, and I'm trying to
jeez,
work you in. That's why I said maybe every 2 weeks. No, if it's
Mhm.
3 weeks, dude, just take 3 weeks off. Like it is what it is. You're working.
Yeah. So that's kind of the situation.
Yeah, that's no big deal.
Um, I'm
Katie,
not
I
happy.
need you for 3 weeks after next week. So like, don't make plans on Friday nights for 3 weeks. You're not. You're mine.
That's a little possessive.
Okay. That's
Hello,
fine.
Allison.
I mean, I can also get a guest. Like it's not that big a deal if she can't do it. I'll find
No,
out.
I
People like
should
me.
be able to.
Will
I
and
mean,
Allison
she
will
was
come on.
when she was in a race for the title of Pornhub Poppy. She wasn't missing dates left and right, so I think she can do 3 weeks.
Don't even fucking start with me. Don't.
It's true. Where are the lies? See,
See,
look, Wilson.
Will's in. So if you
Well,
got shit to do,
I don't
I got
know
Will.
if I'm going again somewhere where the Wi-Fi is shitty.
Yeah.
Either the
Volunteers
weekend,
tribute.
like the second weekend or the third weekend of February. Like
Well,
we're
you
still
gotta
trying to
go.
figure that out.
Like I said, I'll grab Will and Allison, and we'll do a botch spots and cum shots episode or some shit. Like it'll be fun.
It'll be fun.
But
Yeah,
well,
I mean, once
since-
I know, I'll let you know.
since everyone's here and I'm tired as shit and don't want to be on forever, if you guys are ready, let's roll the show.
Yeah,
Go.
hold up. Just give me 1 second.
This motherfucker.
Oh, just give me 1 second.
That's what he says right when he's about to come. Just give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second.
Well, can
soon
you
as he
hear
puts
the
it in.
music in the background?
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah,
like
but it doesn't.
I mean,
Okay. Because Melissa's getting ready to go out, and she's in the bathroom playing music. So I was just like asking her if she could lower the music.
You're fired. Man.
Travis will be
How am I
fired.
fired?
I have no idea.
Travis said it.
No, I listen to it all the time. I tell all my friends to smack it raw.
Following podcast contains mature content. The views and opinions expressed by the host are not necessarily those of the host. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to the number one wrestling podcast on Pornhub, where it's better to be pissed off than pissed on, unless it's something you're into. I am your host, the patron saint of podcasting, the Warden Matt Ritter, and I'm here with my co-host today. She is the host of the She Elite Showcase, the shaman of She Elite, the host of Inside the Mind of, In the Crowd, and Story Time with Miss Katie Kinsey, baby.
Hey, I'm back, bitches.
She is back.
Baby.
She has Wi-Fi this week. We appreciate it.
Oh yeah, 'cause I'm
And-
home.
Well, yeah. Well, home. Like you have multiple homes. I have multiple homes. It happens. And here is our Pornhub Poppy, the Sultan of Spitter Swallow, Daddy Delgado, my friend Vince.
You're stumbling there. You
He
almost
was like,
fumbled that.
"Hey, he's
I was
here."
waiting for you to say, "Give me a second." I was waiting for you to be like, "Give me a second," because
You know,
Aquí estoy. Daddy's home. What's up?
how's you guys doing? How's your day? Everything good?
It's been a long day, man. It's been a long day. Worked a double again today. It's been rough, but you know, I've been active. You know, I cooked some steak with some beans, make some steak tacos. Once again, cooked for me and the missus.
Nice.
Two Fridays in a row. This is probably, I think, maybe the second or third time this week that I cooked. So I've been stepping up. I've been stepping up in the kitchen. You know.
Are you worried at all that if you keep coming on the podcast and talking about how every Friday you make tacos, that people are going to think you're a stereotype?
Well, look. Apparently, Will already thinks I am a stereotype because he made me look like Pedro from Napoleon Dynamite as the South Park Avatar. So it might be a little bit too late for that one, Matt.
it is what it is.
Can you say, "I ride my tiny bicicleta to school"?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. News and rumors,
That
man.
is
News and rumors.
that is a South Park reference for all of you.
PC.
Before we get into that, Creation World is the banner under which the Smackin Raw podcast exists, and you guys can follow them on Twitter and Instagram at It's Creation World, ITSCREATIA World. Also, creationworld.com, Linktree/Creation World. There's Facebook.com/Creation World. Literally everywhere you can go for social media or information, there's Creation World. And if you go there, you will find links to YouTube.com/Creation World or Twitch.tv/Creation World, where you could be watching us live right now. If you're watching us later, you might be watching us on Pornhub.com/model/Creation World. We are available fucking everywhere, but Pornhub is my favorite. So go check us out. Show Creation World some love. Throw us a subscription on Twitch if you can. You get a free one if you've got Amazon Prime every month. Give us that Elon money. We would appreciate it. And it's free to subscribe to us over on YouTube and get notifications every time we go live, whether it's Creation Conversation, Creation Comics, Smackin' It Raw, or any other dumb shit that we do. Come check it out and have a good time because we are here to fucking entertain you.
Yes. We see.
All right. Yeah, give Travis that Elon. And also shout out to Travis, Allison, Jesus, and Will, who are all in the chat right now.
What's up, y'all? What's up?
News and shout out to Jaylan on the beat. Heel Tactics _ on Twitter, who does the music for all of our shows. Please check that out. And the links will get you to the Patreon, where you can go get, Return to Wrestling and Multiverse and all the fun shit that we do over there that you can pay for if you really, really like us. And you should really, really like us because I'm worth the money. Ooh. So the Ruby Soho controversy, I want to talk about that for a second because she had that match that I praised the shit out of on Friday. That women's tag team match was fucking awesome. And then there were all these people, I don't like to see women blade. And they're calling me sexist because I don't like. And then you had the people who were like, oh, well, I just don't like blading in general. You don't fucking like wrestling then, because I used to have it back here. I can't point to it now because I'm moving and I'm living in a fucking prison cell podcasting, but Bret Hart, Stone Cold, WrestleMania 13 in Chicago. One of the most famous moments in wrestling history. Stone Cold, blood dripping down his face.
Yep.
Becky Lynch, the man, became famous for accidentally getting her face busted open and bleeding on TV. That is what sparked one of the biggest female superstars in professional wrestling history as far as merchandise and popularity goes. Blood is a part of wrestling. And while there are times that it can be gratuitous and overly done, this was not one of those times. And if you have an issue with women blading because you think they're these soft, dainty things that shouldn't be hurt, and you're the problem. If men can do it, women can do it. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Fucking facts.
For sure.
It's wrestling. Anything a man can do, a woman should be able to do, whether it's hardcore matches, cage matches, Inferno matches,
bra and panty matches. I want to see a bra and panty match between Hangman Page and Mox. That's all that.
And you were asking me why I wanted you to come out of the closet before we started the show, and now here we are
Crazy.
with the evidence live on air.
No,
recorded.
You guys
Witnesses.
can't assume. You guys are making too much assumptions out there.
But the reason I brought all of this up is because also Katie and I, through Creation World and through the Sheely Showcase, are selling shirts for the women's. For me, it's the Women's Reproductive Rights Assistance Project, and for Katie, it is Planned Parenthood. But it is pro wrestling, pro choice T-shirts. You can get them on our Teesprings, and they go to support women's rights because women are equals and should have equal rights, whether it is in a wrestling ring or in a doctor's office, whether it's with a dick and balls or a vagina. They should be treated the same and given the same options. And we support that idea. We also support this idea. You can go get these from Young Kings Wrestling at ykwrestling.com. Look at that. I plugged everything.
Yeah, you really did. Good job, Matt.
I'm getting good at this. Well, I still got some more stuff to plug, but we'll talk about that when I start talking about people getting pissed on. Well, I can't go. Devon left WWE because I can't go into the other news after talking about that. That's gonna have to wait.
Good call.
Yeah. So Devon left WWE. Apparently he was a coach down in NXT, and rumors that I heard, and pure speculation rumors, were that he was trying to do a show with Bully Ray, and they wouldn't let him do it, and that may have led to some of his decision to be like, "Fuck it, I'm out. I want to go hang out with my white brother Bully on lesser known TV." I don't know. We'll see.
Who knows? I mean, it doesn't. If that was a factor, then that. I mean, I get it. Like that was his tag team partner for how long? Like that's his brother. I get
2
it.
2 decades.
Yeah, like at least. So, I mean, whatever makes Devon happy, make her money. King, go for it.
Any thoughts? Devon's not in AEW, Vince. You can talk about him.
Well, I concur. Like if he wants to go ahead and do stuff with Bully Ray and WWE wouldn't allow him, then yeah, leave. Like he doesn't need to do anything in his career at this point. Honestly, I'm always a proponent of like if you're at that stage in your wrestling career where you've accomplished just about everything, just enjoy yourself and have fun. And if that's what he wants to do, he wants to go and spend time with Bully. Do that.
Yeah.
I was thinking about something. That's why I laughed.
Okay.
Christian is in AEW. Matt Hardy is in AEW. Devon can go to AEW. Then you have one half of each of the, arguably to some people, the greatest tag teams. Just for funsies. Just let them do whatever.
I mean, I think technically Jeff Hardy's in AEW if he's not in prison or rehab.
We don't know where he's
all the above
going to be yet.
Yeah. All the above.
All right, we got to bring it down for a second, ladies and gentlemen. If you are a wrestling fan, you guys have heard the news. Jay Briscoe, Jamin Pugh, and his wife passed away in a fatal car accident. No,
Wife did not.
Really? Because that's what I've heard.
Mm-mm.
So just him.
Yeah, I thought the same thing, but Allison.
No,
will,
she's the one. She's
me.
the one that's been posting like the Facebook updates on their daughters.
Okay, because I was told there were 2 adults in the car that passed away, and then the 2 kids were in critical condition.
It was Jay, and it was the other driver.
Okay. Well, Jay passed away. His 2 kids were in critical condition. Last I saw earlier today, they were stable. His 2 daughters, which is good. There were a lot of worries about paralysis and things like that, and they may still be a concern, but they are stable now, so that is a big upside there. But as wrestling fans, whether you like the Briscoes or not, you never want to see something like this happen to somebody. There are wrestlers out there that I have absolutely gone on record as saying I'm not a fan of. I would never want to see something like this happen to them or their families. It is terrible. There is links that you can go to support the family in their time of need. Wrestlers have been posting it all over social media. It's very easy to find if you want to and can offer a little money towards their family to help with what they're going through. But yeah, no, at only 38, which is less than 3 years, almost 2 years older than me. Very sad. Very sad to see him go. So just thoughts and prayers to his family. And we hope that his daughters fully recover and are okay.
Same. Agreed. Can't say it better myself, Matt.
Yeah, I've already
You don't want to
given
cry?
my...
Okay.
No, I didn't cry yesterday. I'm not crying tonight. Savannah.
Also along those lines, Kevin Nash and Amari Miller both made some comments about unaliving themselves. Amari was on Twitter. I believe Kevin was on his podcast.
Yeah, Kevin made some comments on his podcast, and Amari made a TikTok talking about it, and then has just been kind of just posting about it after the fact. She tried, he made comments.
Yeah. Regardless of the fact, mental health is very important. It's something that we all need to take care of. I don't know what Amari's going through, and I hope that she is okay dealing with what she is going through. I know Kevin is still dealing with the loss of his son, which is understandable and hard. No parent expects to have their child die before them. It's not something that you just get over in a matter of months or even years. And it's something that you have to live with, knowing that, you outlived your child. And that is, as a parent, that's something that I don't know how I would be able to handle or live with. That is one of my biggest fears. So, from what I understand, they're both okay now, which is good. Hopefully they're taking care of their mental health. And if you are a fan of the She Lead Showcase, Katie has mental health awareness links in all of her shows. So you guys check her out. If you're dealing or struggling or doing any, with anything, please contact somebody. Please talk to somebody, whether it's a friend or a professional, to help you get through this and help you manage whatever you're going through. Because regardless of how you feel, you will be missed by somebody. There is somebody out there that cares about you, will miss you, and loves you. So
100%.
I really wish I hadn't done the pissing on thing, because now it's really hard to go from like unaliving and all that into, hey, let's spit or swallow. Like, I don't really know how to do that transition. So
there's no easy way to really transition from talking about all of this to like the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Trust me. I know.
But that's what we're going to do. Oh, go ahead, Vince. I'm sorry.
I was going to make a suggestion. I mean, Will did a very fantastic way of transition, and he was asking the question each of us. So I don't know. Why don't we each, like, I'll ask you guys, who are you most looking forward to showing up in the Royal Rumble as a surprise appearance, either the men's or the women's or both?
The Wyndham Six. I want all six.
You want all six?
like the three faces of Foley. I want all six.
That would actually be kind of crazy.
We'll see. Here's the thing: we might be getting something along those lines based on tonight's SmackDown.
Travis, that is what ads are for. But maybe if I were to talk about dogs.com. Maybe if I were to talk about dog.com being your online supply shopping and information destination, everything your dog needs from toys to treats and food being available, including collars and leashes, that they even have outdoor gear and water safety gear for your furry friend. And that if you go to dog.creationworld.com, you can receive up to 64% off your order. That's dog.creationworld.com. Maybe that would be a good transition, but not my sensual secrets. That's like going right into spits and swallows.
Yeah, no, we should probably save that one a little bit into the show.
I told you, that is when I start talking about people getting pissed on, then we'll get into my sensual secrets. Like, you got to go with the kinks.
There you go.
Or fetishes.
Or toys, like Kevin Owens.
And then I kind of hope for Victoria in the women's, because I'm tired of hearing Reek rant. I just want Reek to be happy.
It's not even just him. I've been fucking saying it too. My voice cracked. Fucking Victoria in the Royal Rumble, in the Hall of Fame, every Hall of Fame. She fucking deserves it. Put her in the video game. She fucking deserves it. Pisses me off.
I know you guys probably don't care, but I'd like to see Jay White actually show up in the Rumble, because he's been rumored. So I'd like to see
who?
The Switchblade.
I don't know who that is.
Say it again, man. Because
Swiss cheese stays white.
Yeah, Swiss cheese stays white. I'd like to see him in the Royal
Rumble.
I
mean, it might taste white too, but it stays white. It stays rhymes with J.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that I like to see him in the men's rumble. In terms of the women's rumble, I don't know. It'd be fun to see Mickey James once again, back to back years.
Possibly. I think they've only announced like 4 of the women, as opposed to last year, where it was everybody.
I don't think Allison's a fan of Swiss cheese.
Yeah, I don't blame her.
I know I'm not happy to see that Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair showing up on Raw 30, but that's something I can bitch about next week. So,
Dude,
Vince, spit or swallow.
Okay, look, I'm just gonna blow my load from the very beginning. I'm swallowing the whole return of the Firefly Funhouse with the puppets, the Mr. Rogers, Bray Wyatt, everything like the little plumber crack censorship, all of it. I love it. I'm so intrigued by it. I'm still not a fan of the fact that the After Dark or Under the Dark or whatever match,
Pitch
Lights
Black.
Out match.
Pitch Black.
Mountain Dew Pitch Black match.
Yeah, that it's called the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match. Like maybe not this match, but it's whatever. That's nitpicking. I'm looking forward to that.
Wait, hold on. What do you have wrong with the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match?
I don't like them having like Mountain Dew or sponsorships for matches.
Really? Because
Yeah,
sponsorships and ads are important, Vince. Like, let's say you're sponsored by MySensualSecrets.com, which boasts one of the largest catalogs on the web across all varying levels of adult toy categories, with toys for him, for her, and for both. The product line is extensive compared to other competitors in the sexual wellness industry. Orders ship within 24 hours, so customers are always satisfied with both the price and quality. MySensualSecrets.com has top-rated reviews and exceptional customer service. So if you go to sensual.creationworld.com, you can receive 10% off your order today. That's sensual.creationworld.com. See, if you have something like that, then of course ads are important, Vince. We love sponsors, Vince.
Yeah,
Specific
Vince, we
sponsors.
love sponsors.
I will
Also-
call this Mountain Dew Pitch Blacken It Raw if they fucking sponsor us, and that's what they want. We will be Mountain Dew Pitch Blacken It Raw.
Allison wants sample products to show on air.
She can talk to
So-
Travis about that. Travis, can you get us some sample products? Yeah. I did say 10% off your order of sex toys. And Travis agrees. We will be Mountain Dew Pitch Blacken It Raw if they sponsor us and ask for it. So, also, were you blowing your load or were you blowing my load? Because I feel like that was my load and you blew it prematurely.
I blew it for both of us. Dude, that was like the coolest thing that's happened all week, man.
It really was, and I was so fucking excited to talk about it. Katie, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say. I mean, I personally don't. It was very entertaining, and I love the Funhouse, but I wouldn't say like the best thing for me. That was something else, but
Okay, well, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
No, it was the best thing for me. I was stoked. It made me so much more excited for Royal Rumble, so much more excited for the Pitch Black match. I am fucking hyped. I want to know who he's coming out as. Listen, I've been talking fast. There's a lot going on. I've been up since 6 a.m. Just bear with me.
easy.
I want to know who he's going to come out as. Is it going to be The Fiend? Is it going to be Bray Wyatt? Is it going to be, Uncle Howdy? Is it going to be Uncle Duty or whoever the fuck the other guy was? Like, who are we getting? Is it going to be somebody new?
It's gonna be Husky
Uncle Harper.
Harris.
It was Harper. That's what it was. Yeah.
Uncle Harper. Well,
Yeah, that was the other rumored name that they got was Uncle Howdy and Uncle Harper.
I don't recall hearing that one.
Howdy. I do.
He hasn't come out yet. We haven't seen him yet, but they did copyright the name Uncle Harper. And
Oh, okay, that's what you meant. Like it's copyrighted. Yeah. Okay, so no, I didn't even hear the news about the copywriting. But I think my favorite part about the whole thing is where he takes a shot at LA Knight's name. It's like, who names their child Los Angeles? He didn't have a chance from the get go. Like that shit like that just made me laugh. It was great. It was all good stuff.
Who names their kid that?
I'd pay $5 a month to watch that.
Yeah.
It's going to be all the characters gangbanging LA Knight in the dark. I'm with it. JJ says Big Swole showing up. I think she's still talking about the Royal Rumble.
Yes,
Maybe.
that'd be dope. That'd be cool to see. I mean,
Cool.
Cedric's
I love
still
Big
in the
Swole.
movie. Why not?
Also, Travis is trying to get us a Mountain Dew sponsorship by offering to wear a Mountain Dew banana hammock. He is not above it, and I know that for a fact. He is not above it, Mountain Dew. Especially Baja Blast. I think that's his favorite. So if you can get him a Baja Blast banana hammock, Travis will rock that on air.
Anything for
believe
Baja
you.
Blast.
And apparently, Will's selling OnlyFans pictures of Vince's misshapen toes.
Well, Vince has misshapen toes.
Yeah, don't say that out loud, Will. Don't
Hey,
share
people are into
that.
that. So
We heard that. So,
heard that clear as day. Damn.
Katie, spit or swallow.
I don't know if I'm gonna. I'll hold off on that for a second. I'm gonna swallow the Street Profits, and since we brought him up, versus Cedric and Shelton Benjamin, like 4 fantastic human beings who kill it in the ring every week they get the chance to. And I love that Dawkins has 1,000% been like, y'all ain't gonna make me the Marty Jannetty of this shit if we break up. No, sir. Dawkins has been pushing it out. It's great. I am so happy for everything they're doing. Like, not making just Montez the star, showcasing Angelo Dawkins because he can be a star. And Cedric and Shelton, that's just more into her business. And that's what I want. Her business reunion. No Omos, though. I don't want him. But, like, her business.
Did you see the thing? Travis posted it in the Smackin' Raw Facebook page, and I think I also saw it on Twitter, but it was like, they're going to get black wrestlers together, form a faction called the Cookout. And then someone said, too bad Karen Jarrett works for a different promotion because she'd be the perfect opposition to that faction.
I all over my Twitter today, I saw MVP like reacting to it. I was just like sitting back and being like, God damn. But like I agree, like you don't have to like add everybody. Just literally just make it the Hurt Business that it was before.
Yeah,
you don't gotta add anybody else.
I agree with that, but I think unfortunately, like unless they drop Omos, I think he's going to be part of it because he's still showing up with MVP. It might be just the same Hurt Business we know and love. It's just that Omos just going to be like that muscle guy in the background, maybe. Or like I said, you're right. They might just take him out of there, but I don't know. I think it's locked, and it's going to be the original 4 and maybe Omos. I'm not happy about it, though.
I am actually spitting that because if you are doing the Hurt Business again, then Shelton and Cedric taking the L, well, Bobby was on top and Omos did whatever the fuck he did. Like, it doesn't really, like, you're making Shelton and Cedric look bad again, which you did in the Hurt Business. And the whole point is to correct that mistake and fix that faction. You can't have them taking losses and looking like shit. So I did not like that if that's where they're going. However, if the proposed plan from a fan that I heard is what's going to happen, and they're going to replace Cedric and Shelton with the Street Profits in the Hurt Business, and I also believe that was in the comments on that post in the Smackin' Raw Facebook page, that would be interesting.
That'd be intriguing. That'd be
heel Street Profits could be cool.
They were originally heels when they debuted in NXT, but ever since then, they've been mostly faces. So it'd be something that you could do with the Street Profits without actually splitting them up, and that's something they should do.
See, me and Jesus are on the same page. Seeing as how they presented them the last few weeks, I'm not interested in a Hurt Business reunion.
That's you, Jesus. That's
I'm
just you and Matt. You guys are the only two.
It should have never been. They should have never broke up. That's the fucking issue I have. It was one of the best things going in wrestling, and then they had to go and fuck it up. So, I just want it back. That's all I want.
That's fair. That's fine. I'm not quite on the same page, but I understand. My plan was to ask you guys, do you want me to start with a spit or a swallow? But Vince took my swallow, so I'll start with a spit. I fucking hate that song Blue. Like the actual song, the Blue song. I fucking hate, like, there's no song in the world I hate more than that song. And the fact that they did a remix or
It's
sampled it, or I'll give fuck who it is. The beat sucks. I hear it, and it physically makes me angry. Who is it?
Never mind then.
No, who is it?
It's BB Rex's. It's called "I'm Good."
And I fucking like her too, but fuck that song. I hate that song. Like, I hate that song more than I hate Matt Riddle. No bullshit.
Wow.
I fucking hate it. Like it's one of those things that you hear it and it just immediately puts you in a bad mood. And it's for fucking Raw Triple X. Like, it's for the show that is for Smackin' It Raw. We were getting Raw Triple X. And you give me that bullshit. I am not happy. Huge spit.
I personally love it. I vibe to the song. It's great. But it's not everyone's cup of tea.
I honestly don't even remember hearing that. I feel like I just tuned it out. So
I mean, it was literally the entire Raw 30 package that they played. It's playing in the background on Raw and SmackDown.
He
and
just doesn't
NXT.
pay attention.
Apparently, Will's toes are up for debate in the chat right now. Or sucking on Will's toes.
That's Vince's job.
Yeah. So yeah, that is me.
I mean,
okay, so I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this song selection either, but I like the song.
Hey. Katie was talking, and you just went and cut her off. That was rude.
Fun. No, just
Who are
go.
you, Savannah? Come on.
Stop.
Katie, go ahead.
I don't have anything else to say. Vince can
You
go.
said you get it. You get what?
That you hate it. Like, I get that you hate the song. This Blue was sampled for this song, and it's like the generation younger than me. That's what that song is delegated for.
The entire reason why I think Iron Man 3 is the worst MCU movie in existence is because that song is in it. It has nothing to do with the 10 rings or the fake Mandarin or any of the shit that like people actually complain about. It's that song is in the beginning of the fucking movie.
Oh my God.
And that is why it is the worst MCU movie in history to me.
I get it. I understand.
All right. Vince, spit or swallow.
My next swallow going on with the whole previous one is I'm going over to Raw and swallowing Uncle Howdy showing up in the middle of that brawl in the crowd between Alexa and Bianca and getting the distraction on Bianca and allowing Alexa to get the upper hand. I'm very intrigued by what the fuck is going on because it looks like Uncle Howdy was just pushing Bray and he got what he wanted. Now he's pushing Alexa. So it feels like Uncle Howdy is this big puppeteer or puppet master, and he's just pulling all the strings. So I'm just curious to see where this goes. Aside from Prison Dom, like everything Uncle Howdy right now is like the most fascinating thing in WWE.
Are you just gonna take all the spooky shit so I don't get to do it? Was that the fucking goal here? Was just to fucking steal all of my bursts of excitement this episode, you fucker? Yes.
Well, why don't you mention them first then? Beat me to the punch.
I didn't have a chance because you went first and blew my load for me, and then I spit, and then you went and did that one, which is like it was the second to last thing on my list for Raw because other shit happened. Anyway, yes, we're getting Alexa versus Bianca at the Royal Rumble. There was a promo that was a bit rough, but the aftermath brawl was fun. Uncle Howdy distracts Bianca in the crowd as she's about to hit a KOD onto two chairs. Alexa reverses it, DDTs her to the floor. He is this strange puppet master. We have no idea if he is Bray Wyatt, if he is someone else, because they've been out there together and he hit Bray with the sister act. Like, I have no idea what's going on, but I'm so interested to fucking find out. I cannot wait. I need to know.
We probably won't know for a while, but like, I'm okay with that. That's true.
Listen to the
That's
chat,
also
Vince.
true. No, we realized last week that it takes a hell of a lot of convincing to make Vince listen to chat.
Listen, if you really want to bring that up, the only reason I wasn't even going to go on a rant was because because Hunter was over here, like, oh, I can't wait to see like Vince go on his fucking rant, and I'm like, you know what? Just because you want it, Hunter, I'm not gonna give it to you. And then I had no idea that the chat was gonna blow up wanting the rant. Had I knew it was the thing that everyone wanted, I wouldn't have like withheld it so long. But you gotta admit, the prolonging, help me out here, prolonging of it.
Prolonging.
Yeah, the prolonging of it really made it even better. It's better. It's the foreplay. It's the anticipation, the crescendo.
We did get a chatgasm out of it. Katie, spit or swallow?
I'm just gonna gargle everything, Bailey, Becky. It's not what I've been kind of just like expecting and wanting from this. I mean, we're getting a cage match next week, which I'm kind of fucking down for. But I don't know, just everything they were saying this week just wasn't really hitting. And both are great. And like people have been wanting this pairing because it's like the only two of the four horsewomen who like really haven't gone against each other. So I had higher expectations for this, but it's just not living up to my expectations at all. So hopefully the cage match next week fixes it. I don't know how to speak.
As awesome as the man Becky Lynch is, the whole "you dope" shit always bothered me. I didn't think like it was a good insult. I didn't like. It's not like The Rock calling people jabron. Like it didn't hit like that.
No.
And they blamed it on the PG era, but that's kind of been gone for a while. Like it's not gone, but it's not. We're still not really in the PG era. We hear people say shit, but all the women's promos on Raw were kind of ass. Like I said, Alexa and Bianca didn't really hit for me. This definitely did not hit for me. You idiot, you dope, you Karen. Oh, well, you have no friends. I have it was bad. But the matches I'm still excited for. I'm still excited to see Alexa versus Bianca, and I'm still excited for the cage match because at least I know the in-ring is going to be good.
True. Exactly. Like that's what it is. Like I know the matches will deliver because they do. Like all four women are very talented, as much as people want to say that Alexa isn't, which fuck off. But I'm excited for the matches that we're going to get. And I've been saying that it was going to be Alexa and Bianca at the Rumble. So, not surprised. You're welcome. I'm here.
I'm so glad you're here. I don't care if it's a common insult in Ireland. It just doesn't hit. It doesn't flow.
Be funnier if she called people feckers. But
it would be.
They probably wouldn't let her do that.
Since Vince isn't going to talk about anything, I'm going to swallow Danhausen security harassing Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, and then taking off his security clothes, becoming a manager ringside for the Orange Cassidy match, stealing Jeff Jarrett's guitar, playing Keep Away from Jay Lethal. Everything Danhausen.
Yes, Danhausen. He was definitely playing Wonderwall.
Tell her she rubbed the wrong head.
Jesus Christ.
Also, you're muted, Vince.
I know I'm muted.
Oh, okay.
I know I was muted.
Okay. Yes, Danhausen. Katie, you with me? Danhausen all day.
1,000% Danhausen all day, every day, twice on Sundays. I love Danhausen. Even if it's just like a little thing every week we get, that's fine. It's just him. It was like when Orange Cassidy was trying to steal Mark Henry's gimmick on Rampage and like trying to say like, now it's time for the man. Like just little shit like that. But now Danhausen cursing people, stealing guitars, playing Wonderwall, being an usher, being a manager, everything Danhausen. Yes.
Agreed. Vince, since you're not going to talk about AEW, spit or swallow?
Spit or swallow. I'm gonna swallow. I'm trying to think if I want to go back to Raw. Yeah, you know what? I talked about it on Get Show podcast this week. I'm swallowing Bobby Lashley winning that 6-pack challenge, eliminator, whatever, and being the number one contender. I'm glad that we're gonna get Lashley versus Austin Theory because we already got Seth versus Theory, and I really want Seth in the Rumble and not going for the title. I want him to actually go for the WWE or Universal Championship, or maybe set up a program that isn't with Theory. So I'm all about it. Hopefully, Lashley does get his championship back because I'm one of those people that believe that Theory versus Cena is going to happen at Mania, and you don't need the title on Theory to do that. So yeah, swallowing Lashley.
I said it on Twitter. I wanted anyone in that match but Bobby and Seth to win because I think they're both beyond a feud with Austin Theory.
Even
for
Dolph?
the US
Even Dolph?
Even Dolph. Yes, even Dolph. Here's the thing. Bobby and Seth made sense because it's Bobby and Seth is on another level holding the US title. We have come down to Austin Theory, and these guys chasing Austin Theory for this title does not make sense to me. They are above Austin Theory feuds. They are above mid-card title feuds unless someone that is relevant is holding that mid-card title, and Theory is not relevant. So I really didn't want to see this whole thing between those three continued on. I wanted to move on to something new and get them the fuck out of this atrocity of a mid-card feud.
Would have been a lot cooler if Finn won, so then we could have had all of Judgment Day going for titles.
Oh, I thought you said thing. I thought you were still talking about like Melissa's hand because like that was the joke that Will made last night about like because he saw Melissa's hand. They made like a reference to to Wednesday and the Addams Family.
No, Finn Balor.
No, I thought you said thing.
Why would
Prince
I say
Devitt.
thing?
The Demon.
Finn Balor?
Started the Bullet
Finn's
Club.
thing. Finn's thing.
No.
Two-time NXT champion. First ever Universal champion. Part of the Judgment Day, but not the leader because Rhea's the leader.
Facts. Fucking facts.
Travis makes a good point. If they bring back the Hurt Business on Monday, we need to get Black Raw Triple X or Black Raw Triple X trending.
And blacked.
Black Raw, yeah.
ED.
Okay, I said
ED.
I knew it. I knew I had it right. And we'll name the episode next week Black Raw Triple X.
Black Raw.
Okay.
Triple A. If Hurt Business, or are we still going to name it that next week, even if they don't reunite?
Well, if next week isn't black, then why would we name it Black Raw Triple X? Like we need the show to be black, Vince. We need all the blackness in the show for it to be Black Raw.
All right. Just making
If
sure.
it's just a bunch of white people, that's not going to work. If it's fucking Austin Theory and Becky Lynch all show, like.
Okay, fair. Man.
Katie, spit or swallow.
All right, well, you brought her up. Give me Rhea Ripley versus Solo Sikoa right now. I don't know who I gotta talk to. I don't know what office I need to go to. I need this match. I've been saying it from the rooftops. I need Rhea Ripley in more intergender matches. She said one. Not enough. This match would be incredible. If I don't care for anybody else, for me personally, this is what I want. This is what I need. I saw that face off. I got excited. So I was like, what? He should hit her. And then let the internet explode. Because I don't even care anymore. Because people are fucking ridiculous. I wanted it. I did not get it. I got the tease. That's enough for now. But I'm about it. Shut up, Travis. You don't live near me.
I can't help myself, and I apologize, Katie. Apparently, according to Travis, Raw 30 and Katie have the same needs. So,
You're such a piece of shit. I knew it.
I mean, where's the line?
if there's a line, I crossed it a long time ago. Remember that thing I said about absentee fathers? I think that's when that line got crossed.
I think about that every once in a
we're
while.
I think we're past that now. I think we've beaten.
You're going back and forth on the line. You're square dancing.
I'm straddling the line.
You're
like
straddling
Matt,
the line.
Matt
You're
knows
dry humping
what
the
the line is. Matt knows
I know
what the
exactly
line
what
is.
the line
He
is, and
hasn't
I don't
crossed
cross
it. He has
You
not
crossed the
crossed
line for me. I almost crossed the line, and you crossed the line for me. So thank you, Vince. Got yourself in trouble.
That's okay.
Yeah, and then I found out you almost did, and I yelled at you too.
But I didn't do it. I didn't cross the line. I didn't play it.
I know.
Vince, again, was a second more premature than I was and beat me to it.
Jesus Christ.
It's a theme, I'm saying. It's a theme.
It is. I'm with Katie, though. Judgment Day in the Bloodline promo Dom coming out talking about how he smells fear because he doesn't know what pussy smells like. Picking a fight with the wrong Uso, so Rhea has to step between him and Solo. Shit breaks down. There's brawls all over the place. Ali comes in, stops Solo from dropping Rhea when that's all we really wanted was Rhea versus Solo in the first place. We get Solo versus Ali. KO comes out for some retribution on the Usos. Ali still loses because he sucks, even though he's from Chicago and I love him. Solo gets a stunner after the match and almost gets put through tables, but the Usos brawl with KO until officials separate them. I am going to spit the ref counting 3 despite Dom not covering Chad and grabbing his ankle mid-pin for that match against Chad Gable, though, since I'm doing everything. Dom had a match and when he won the match, because Chad had him in an ankle lock, he uncovered Chad and grabbed his ankle, and the ref still counted 3, and then he fell back over on him. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? That is not a cover.
That's why I was just like, I must have not paid attention to the finish of the match then, because I was very confused with what you were saying.
Vince was all over my ass last week for not paying close attention to shit, so I had to have eagle eyes this week.
I don't know what. Never.
You know what? I'm going against the grain here. I'm gonna swallow the fact that Dom's out here cheating and still getting away with it. Or
that's not cheating.
Cutting corners, whatever. He's out here facilitating wins. He's done this consistently. He's a winner. I'm with it. I'm swallowing Prison Dom.
Yes, we called him Sub Mysterio for quite a few weeks. And
multiple weeks.
Jesus, you are correct. Dom can do whatever he wants. He was in prison. It was Litchfield's women's prison, but he was still there. So orange is the new black.
I know.
And Black Raw Triple X.
It's all coming together.
It is. So that was Katie's. My last swallow for Raw is kind of I guess it's more of a gargle. I'm swallowing that Cody's returning at the Rumble, but I'm also spitting the fact that I would have preferred, regardless of if everyone knew it was going to happen, that he just showed up at the Rumble and we didn't announce it. I get why. I get, sell tickets, this, that. Everyone knew we have bigger surprises. I don't care about any of that. I like as many surprises as possible. There's speculation. Everyone expected it to happen, but still hearing it without knowing ahead of time would have been fantastic when that music hit.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as they did the first video package, I was just like, okay, well, Cody's coming back. Yeah. I wish they shouldn't have not done a single video package at all.
They could have done those video packages after he returned and not spoil the return.
I mean, if they just wouldn't have done them at all, then we just get him at the Rumble, big fucking pop for Cody Rhodes, like Mania pop, and then we continue on with our lives, and then they can just put all that shit on Twitter in one very big video. I don't know. I don't think they had to.
Yes, we are gargling undecidedly.
Travis is having a fun time. I wonder how.
I'm surprised he's still on the show this late.
I was also gonna say that.
Vince, spit or swallow?
I'm gonna swallow that Legado advanced in the SmackDown Tag Team Tournament. They beat Maximum Male Models. I'm glad they got the win. As much as I love Maximum Male Models, gotta ride with Legado.
Wasn't
surprise package
missing?
Masse was missing. Apparently, they found him.
I was gonna say, how did you show up for this match?
Kind of like somebody found Benji and got him, access to some Wi-Fi so he could come join our show. Thank God.
Well, Benji was on Get Show this week, so he's been back.
Benji was on Get Show, but he's rarely ever here. When he is, it's always a surprise. He just pops in.
He was here last week.
He had to suck some dick for Wi-Fi last week, and maybe he had some hours left over. I don't know, but he's here. Vince, correct me if I'm wrong, but last week you had us run down our predictions for the tag team tournament. And if I am correct, and someone is probably going to have to fact check this, I think I correctly predicted the winner of every first round match.
Yeah.
Bangbros.com. Mm-hmm. Hit Row, even though you wanted Los Lotharios to win.
Yes.
Legado.
Yes.
And Imperium.
Correct.
I went 4 for 4 round 1.
That's exactly what I said too, though. But
That is not what you said, because you said Los Lotharios and you said you wanted
I
Los
said
Lotharios.
I said I want Lotharios to win in advance, but I know Hit Row is winning. My predictions were Hit Row, BangBros.com, Imperium, and Legato.
I'm gonna have to go back and listen, because if that's the
I
case,
don't
then I
remember.
might have picked Maximum Male Models, because I think that we were off on one. I think there was
I
one that we
think
didn't
the
agree on.
issue is that I think they had maximum male models versus Lotharios. Maybe we had the brackets mixed up, so we're gonna have to go back and like check the tape.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I am okay with Cody being pushed in the main event coming back. I have been a proponent for a member of the Rhodes family finally doing what Dusty Rhodes was never able to do in the WWE in his yellow polka dot, ladies and gentlemen. I want to see. I love seeing the story of a family finally achieving that top honor. I years ago, when Goldust made his return to WWE and was on the run of a lifetime, in a famous episode that no one's ever going to hear except for Katie and Reek, and when we tried to do it, they still couldn't hear it. Proposed that Goldust should be the one to finally get the WWE title. Now Cody's back. This is his goal. This was his trajectory before he ripped his titty off. I'm all good for it. What's up, Bakley?
Titty right off the bone.
Titty right off the bone,
Can
no
you believe?
nipple and all.
Unless you have any thoughts on Legato winning, Katie, spit or swallow.
I'm going to swallow Mishin, Mia Yim, and Io Sky. Hell of a match. Women's wrestling. It was the only women's match on Raw. There was no women's match on SmackDown, so fuck SmackDown. Rampage had a women's match, and yet
Katie, the episode exists.
it exists, Travis. I have heard it with my own ears.
The audio just refuses to be heard via podcast.
It was, listen, Reek and I could barely hear it. And then we come to find out nothing happened with it. But yeah, Mishin and Io, hell of a match. I love them both. I love that Candice is with Mia Yim, so like we're kind of getting numbers back on their side. Maybe they go after the tag titles. I don't know. Ask Reek. He's not here, but
He's just gonna say Reek's on the take two. There's no winning this. You just let him go.
okay.
You just let him go. I knew you were gonna have that in your notes, so I did not put it in my notes. There's certain things like the Legato thing I knew Vince was gonna talk about. This I put spooky shit in my notes because I thought Vince wasn't gonna be a fucking dick about it and steal all my shit, but he was. So,
Look, man, it was cool shit.
It was.
So
cool
I'm
shit.
gonna
It really-
talk
it was really
about cool shit.
It was really cool shit. But yeah, no, I enjoyed the match, and I agree with all of Katie's points. I'm gonna swallow specifically and only the fact that Top Flight defeated the Elite. I'm not swallowing the match. I'm not swallowing the in-ring. I am just swallowing the fact that the Young Bucks took an L. Period.
I love Top Flight. Those boys can go.
They can. But I'm only swallowing the fact that Young Bucks took an L.
I know. It's parallel to what they should do it correctly this time. Like when they put Private Party over, like in the very beginning of Dynamite in AEW. Make it work and correct your mistake this time. Like, make Top Flight your fucking guys with the Acclaimed and everything.
The dude can stay healthy and not get injured, or
they're on a good streak right now. Don't jinx it.
You're jinxing stuff.
Darius is fine.
You're not allowed to comment on AEW, Vince. This is AEW time. You be quiet, sir.
You don't tell me how to. You can't tell me how I am going to execute my boycott. It's my boycott and my boycott alone.
I mean, you said how you were going to execute your boycott. I'm just holding you to your word.
No. I said I'm boycotting AEW. I never gave details as to how I'm going to execute said boycott.
That is not true.
Didn't talk about AEW at all last week.
You literally said I am not going to talk about.
I'm not watching AEW. I'm not going to talk about it. I can comment on stuff that you're saying, sure, but I'm not gonna actually review or recap or watch AEW.
There's still more WWE talk, Travis, but good night.
My bad.
Congratulations, you put Travis to sleep.
Vince, spit or swallow.
I am gonna swallow the continued tension between Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. Obviously, we saw this last week when Sami Zayn was actually took on the challenge in stride about facing Kevin Owens and taking care of the Kevin Owens problem head to head without any help, and then wasn't really a fan of the Usos and Solo coming in and interfering in the match just when it looked like he could have taken that win. He tried to address that with Roman. Roman was kind of fed up with it. Paul Heyman out here like getting into the ear of Roman and saying like, "Hey, look, man, I don't like fucking Sami Zayn, but we better have him on our side because if not, he's going to be in Kevin Owens' side."
That is not what he said. That is not what he said. He said it is better to have Sami Zayn give Kevin Owens a golden shower than to have Sami Zayn give Roman Reigns a golden shower. Specifically said, having him piss out of the castle rather than into the castle.
All right. No, well, that sentiment. He expressed
Which
that
was
sentiment.
Supposed to be the mysecrets.com segue, but I did it already, so continue.
I already did it.
Yes, and then obviously Roman Reigns going in there and gaslighting Sami Zayn once again. So it continues. Obviously, the whole contract signing thing, which is really mostly Kevin Owens just fucking up the bloodline, which is great to see because we know he's going to take that L at the Rumble. So yeah, I'm just swallowing all this continued tension between Sami and Roman.
I mean, I agree. Roman gave Sami at the beginning of the night the same look my wife gives me after I slap her ass after I've said something stupid. Roman gets fed up with Sami, tells him to leave. What are you doing here? Go find your own family. Again, Paul advises Roman Reigns on the best situation for golden showers. It's better to assist in someone else getting a golden shower than to get golden showered upon, unless you're into that. Then Roman sucks Sami back in, and we have the face-to-face, and KO comes out and kicks ass. Like, the whole thing, and how, again, to quote Miss Kitty Kinsey Baby, unless you want to say it,
Roman Reigns is a gaslighting girl boss. This week just fucking proved it. Gaslighting to the nth degree. That is textbook. This man is a narcissist. He's evil. He's playing with everyone's goddamn emotions. I hate it. But it's so fucking good.
I was going to say, but you love it.
But yeah, that's my swallow.
So you're swallowing golden showers.
That's swallowing golden showers. I don't partake, but I don't condemn. I don't yuck a yum.
Have you ever tried it?
No. And thankfully, I don't think I'll ever.
Maybe bring it up to Melissa, see if she's interested.
I know for a fact she's not interested and I'm not interested. So that's
I'm not saying if she's interested in you peeing on her. I'm saying ask her if she's interested in peeing on you.
No.
Like just the chest. It doesn't have to be the face. That's something you work up to.
No. Why would
maybe
I bring
a leg?
It up?
Like what if you do a little role playing? You pretend like you got stung by a jellyfish and she's got pee on it.
You know what? You should go ahead and put that into practice with Kate, and then you get back to me, and then I'll go.
Oh, I've already asked Kate. She's not into, like, Kate and I at the very beginning of our relationship sat down and said, "This is what we are into. This is what we're not into." We've had that discussion already.
Yeah, I've had that discussion with Melissa as well.
Well, then why didn't you say that when I said, "Can you bring it up to Melissa and ask her?" You did not say, "I already did." She said no.
I did say that she's not into it, and I'm not into it. Because the only reason I would know that is because we had that conversation.
That's not true. That sounds like something you would just decide because you don't want to do it.
No, if anything,
you feel like someone who decides things for the couple.
You haven't met Melissa then.
I have met Melissa. I'm not saying she goes along with it or enjoys it. I'm just saying you see.
No, the only thing I've ever put my foot down is I'm not getting pegged. Aside from that, I'm open to explore things. I'm not.
So you're open to exploring golden showers.
That was brought up. I'm not open to it. If she was open to it, that was a conversation. I actually did before Melissa. I actually did date this girl that wanted me to give her a golden shower, and I was not into it, and that's how I that's how I knew that was a thing that was never going to be in the bedroom for me.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, if you're gonna do it, at least do it in the shower because then it washes off. Like first time, unless
I thought
it's
that's
something
why
you're
it was
into.
called the
Yeah.
golden shower, because you were
No.
getting the shower in the shower with.
No, it's because you're getting showered by urine, which is gold.
But it would be apropos if it was in the shower.
You could do it. This has taken a turn for the worse, so we are gonna move on.
Please, for the love of God.
Katie
Well-
Spearswallow. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Vince.
Well, I was just going to address Bakley and say, like, well, it could have taken a turn for the worse, but it's not as bad as it was last night on Botch Spots with fucking Bobby out here putting mustard in his fucking hair. Like that, I feel like that's a different kind of low.
I did see that, and I am all for Bobby humiliating himself in every way possible. I was trying to get Will to put his hand churned 7 herbs and spices Will Gray secret sauce in Bobby's hair. Give us a little there's something about Bobby action.
I can do with a little less Bobby.
Katie, spit or swallow.
Thank God. I'm going to swallow Axiom and Apollo Crews taking on Trick Mello. Great match. I love Carmelo Hayes. I kind of just need Braun and Grayson to be done so Mello can fulfill the prophecy and take the title. It's gonna take a while, but we're waiting. We gotta do what we can here. But like, fucking Trick Williams coming out with the Axiom mask on in the beginning, being an actual menace to society, pretending to do the entrance. Fucking great. I love Trick Mello. As much as the gimmick is weird with Axiom, like, hell of a performer, like, fantastic in the ring. And Apollo Crews is so good. Underutilized for the longest time, brought back, and is being booked well, which is what we want for Apollo Crews. Because he's good. We thought he was going to take the title off Braun at one point in time, which would have been interesting. But it didn't happen. So now we get this, and this is fun.
Way more interesting than Waller doing it, but here we are.
Yeah.
But
I'm spitting Waller still being the thing. Obviously, I'm over Waller. I'm over Braun. I don't know. I'm starting to get more pessimistic about Carmelo Hayes being the dude to take the title off of Braun Breaker. I feel like they would have done it already or tried to set it up by now. And I feel like they keep spinning their wheels. I feel like Braun's just going to be called up or Carmelo's going to be called up before they actually go face to face. Maybe I'm being too pessimistic about it, but that's kind of where my head is at right now.
I don't necessarily disagree. Like, you wanted to get him out of the North American title range so that he could go challenge Braun, and we did, but it was in a kind of weird, awkward way where Melo don't miss, but then he was missing quite a bit. And now, instead of being back and in that position and winning that match and being the guy to challenge Braun, we did it with Waller, and now he's in a feud with Apollo, which, as great as Apollo is and as great as the matches are, Apollo doesn't carry any accolades with him that really help Melo, especially in NXT, nor does Melo have anything that Apollo beating him, Apollo gains, other than, again, great matches. And as we've talked about, great matches for great matches' sake. Don't do it for me. I need a little bit more to get my juices flowing, to titillate the juices of my guilty pleasures.
This is
like
this
Spooky
is
Daddies and Light.
Yeah, this is a filler feud. You know, like how people talk about complain in anime how there's too many filler episodes. This is a filler episode for Carmelo Hayes. Like,
so this is like the Marin episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Exactly. Or like the episode where they go learn how to drive because Chi-Chi wants me to stop being like training and being bums and actually get a license and get a job.
Or every episode that Gohan's the focal point of, except for the teen Gohan Cell stuff.
Garlic Jr. Saga.
No, that was still filler shit.
Yeah, that was a whole movie.
Yeah, it was a filler movie. It sucked. I am going to spit the Ass Boys, just in general. They're not doing it for me. This feud with the Acclaimed, as much as I love the Acclaimed, is not doing it for me. I don't give a fuck about the Ass Boys. I don't give a fuck about Daddy Ass. for whatever reason, trying to be, after being AEW's Rey Mysterio for this long, deciding he wants to, turn over a new leaf and be a good father and work things out between the two. Like, I don't give a fuck about any of it. I really don't. Can we give the Acclaim someone else, please? Like, there's so many tag teams they could be feuding with, having fun, and we're doing this shit.
Yeah, it's annoying. Like, nobody cares about the Ass Boys. You have a plethora of actual good tag teams that you can use. Top Flight, we literally talked about them earlier. A Top Flight Acclaim feud, I'd be down for. Even just like a match or two, that's fine. Well, now you have fucking House of Black wrapped up in Darby bullshit, which pisses me off. So we can't get that. And that means they're not going to be going after the trio titles anytime soon, which also pisses me off. But, like, there are other tag teams that you can utilize that don't involve Jeff Jarrett or the Ass Boys or anybody fucking stupid. But they just, I don't know what the fuck Tony Khan's doing. You had a fantastic thing going with the Acclaimed, and even like Swerve in Our Glory, like that feud was awesome, and it helped build both teams. And then the Swerve Keith Lee stuff, which they haven't utilized since they broke up. Shocker. It's just annoying. Like, I want the best for the Acclaimed because they really just proved that they can get over, and they did it themselves. And this gimmick, which is just fun. So,
JJ, I'm not saying that. But if you're watching live or back on Pornhub or YouTube, you can read the comment that JJ made. Bakley called it a filler feud. Sure, but I feel like everything they've done since they won the titles has been kind of a filler feud. After again, you got to Swerve in Our Glory. And Mr. Warren Hayes loves to go on his show and be like, they say AEW doesn't tell stories. All these people tell me, here's story. And he's 100% right. They do tell stories. Sometimes they wait 4 months to remember that they were telling a story and get back to it when we don't care about it anymore. But they do tell stories. This is one of those stories that they just randomly, like Swerve still hanging out with his white friends. Like, I don't know what that's about, but where the fuck's Keith Lee? What is going on?
They never follow through with the storyline. Either they properly, and then they also do the thing where they rush a storyline, or they overly drag out a storyline, or they throw in a storyline or like a feud just to throw it in there for like as a stopgap stuff, and it never hits. It never hits.
They've done a few really good stories and some fun shit in there, but like I said,
far between.
A lot more misses than hits for me with the stuff they do, and it doesn't. I joke when I talk to Warren, it doesn't have to be, the Ass Boys or Swerve in Our Glory. Like, Keith Lee doesn't have to go to Swerve's house and punch his dad in the face. Like, it doesn't have to be something like that, but at least be consistent in what's going on and keep us up to date. Don't go 3 or 4 weeks without any interaction, and then a month later have Keith Lee just randomly show up and act like nothing's changed and we didn't not see him for a month, because they tend to do that a lot.
Yeah,
because their roster's too big.
Do you need a back rub, Matt?
I'll take the last two.
Steak and a blowjob.
And if you want to make steak tacos, we can do steak tacos instead of just straight up steak. I hear you're good at that.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Yeah.
What about the other one? Are you good at the? Are you good at the other?
The back rub? Yeah, I'm good at the back.
No,
rubs.
The other thing, the third thing.
No, I've never given a blowjob. Never going.
Well, then how do you know if you're good at it or not if you've never done it? I think we should test this theory, Vince. And if you don't, I mean, if taking our relationship to that step is uncomfortable for you, you can't go past, masturbating to guys that look like me on the internet to, that part. We could do a glory hole thing. Like, then you don't have to look at me in the eyes, call me.
There's only one person that'll ever get head from me, and that's Melissa.
I could dress up like Melissa. I have a wig.
No.
You're so fucking stupid.
That's not how that works.
I tried.
I mean, that could be how it works. You're just choosing not to play along into Matt's fantasy.
Let's see how drunk we can get you.
I'm not drunk enough. Not drunk enough.
It's on me, right?
It's always on you.
Or no, I went and then Katie. So it's on Vince.
Yeah.
Vince, spit or swallow.
Okay. I'm gonna spit the fact that Lotharios are a very good tag team, and they lost to Hit Row. Like Hit Row should have won that, obviously, because they're the more established team. Like they've been pushing them. They've had more like TV time, but I feel like it's just a waste of good talent because similar to Cedric and Shelton, like Angel Garza, Humberto Carrillo are fantastic wrestlers. They're very good looking men and they can go. They got charisma. They got it all. Like, honestly, they'd be fantastic in either a faction or just getting more TV time. I honestly don't know what the fuck they're doing with them. Like, this is one of the few misses out there on SmackDown. And hopefully, once these tag titles do eventually get split up, we do get some more tag teams to shine a little bit because you see tag teams just being buried in like the wayside after the Usos unified the titles because they're only doing one tag feud at a time. So I'm just spitting the fact that Lotharios don't get enough shine. Didn't get their shine, took that L, and I want better for them. So spitting
Fair
that.
enough. Hey, you are, you are supportive, and I appreciate that. I could give two shits about them because they haven't been booked for shit, and that's just, it is what it is. But I am proud of you to sticking to your guns, supporting, that Italian flag with the tattoo on it, and all the people that are represented underneath it. Shout out.
Sicken me.
I sicken you?
You sicken
Wow.
me.
Wow.
Sicken me.
He
I
says it
think you
with a
guys
smile
need
on his
family
face, though.
therapy.
Say
Listen,
what?
I was trying to, get a little intimate with him. He wasn't having it. So he
Wait,
won't
what'd
let
you
me
say
pee on
again?
him. He won't blow me. He said family therapy. We need family therapy.
No,
Like
we're
the
good.
Acclaimed and the Ass Boys are having it next week. I think you guys also need it.
I have no idea what's going on AEW, Katie.
Yeah, I know. That's why I just said what is happening for you to give you
Yeah.
context.
Katie, spit or swallow.
I'm swallowing Alba Fire versus Sol Ruka. Me and you talked about her finisher on Twitter. Nice back and forth. A hell of a finisher. Definitely just save it for big matches and pay-per-views, please, sweet girl, because she's going to hurt her back very quick and end her career, which we don't want because she is very fucking talented for only being utilized and on TV for about a year, maybe less, honestly. I think we were being generous when we said a year. But I like what's going on with Isla Dawn and Alba Fire after Isla, I think it was like red. I don't know if it was like mist, but like something red she blew into her eyes like a few weeks ago. But Alba Fire has slowly been like losing control over the weeks. Storytelling, see what we're doing. And now Alba's gonna go after the tag titles. Isla Dawn could possibly be her partner. A fantasy booking for myself because that'd be cool. I'm about it. I like everything that's going on, and NXT is utilizing their women's division well.
Better than everyone else. And I'm
Exactly.
sure
What's new?
I'm sure Bakley appreciates the ginger love in the
Of
chat.
course.
I agree. Also, Alba Fire in the back, pinning the ref with her bat, and then Team Disco Ninja Party coming up, be like, "Hey, what's the matter? Chill out." And then Alba's like, "I think I want to be women's tag team champion." They're like, "Hey, you can't do that by yourself." She's like, "Bitch, watch me."
Yep.
I have wanted to see a singles tag team champion for the longest time. I thought when I liked Braun Strowman, I was going to get it. Then they made him tag with the child, which
An actual child.
really ruined it for me.
Honestly, yeah.
Congratulations, Nicholas. But other than like, whatever. I was super excited to see one person go out there and do that shit. No, they do not. However, maybe it's not going to happen, but like, I'm going to get my hopes up and be like, maybe Alba's the one. Maybe finally I get that wish. We get that one singles tag team champion. And she just kind of runs roughshod with a baseball bat across the tag division until a team comes up that can defeat her in a handicap match and take those belts from her.
I mean, she was
More
the
likely.
longest reigning UK women's champion, I believe. So
Sorry, Vince. I'll stop.
It's okay.
You looked kind of for the most of the show, you've looked kind of bothered and like sat back and
No, I
just
just
let you do your thing.
so honestly, like I started doing this. I don't know if it was on Get Show or what, but I like just like holding the mic too like closer to me, kind of like I'm doing like an interview or stuff like that, and then just kicking back and relax because I feel like that puts me like in a better like flow to do the show, and I feel like it just gets the better content. But I do get up and like check the chat. I mean, I ain't keeping tabs on things. I'm still working. Just looks like I'm slacking off, just like I do at my actual job.
Hi, Mr. JJ.
Hi, Mr. JJ.
Where we at? I am going to swallow the weird Hangman interview with Renee because I don't know how to describe it. Like, he did his thing and then they ended the interview kind of, but then the camera stayed there and he's like, no, but for real, how's John doing? Is he like, it was very intriguing. Like, I know it was staged and I know it was planned, but it didn't feel staged or planned. Like, that felt like we were seeing Hangman ham it up for the camera, and then when he thought it was off, we were seeing the real Hangman, the Hangman we expect. I don't know where this is going, but I enjoyed it because it was different. It was kind of fucking weird.
I love the fact that they're using the fact that obviously Renee is married to John, and like they're not hiding that fact at all, thankfully. And the Hangman just being the precious little cowboy that he is, being like, no, but like, is he actually okay though? Like, are you sure? So then obviously that led to people speculating because she said a certain word in her interview with him about them being elite people. That could happen, honestly. Who knows? But so that led to people speculating as to where Hangman's going to go with those fences he has to mend. I don't know. All I know is that I want my cowboy happy and having some good matches. That's all I want. And I love Renee. She's been a fantastic addition to AEW.
Cowboy Bebop Anime DX with kiss and makeup.
Listen, I would rather have Hangman fix his or whatever he said he had to do. Mend fences with the non-existent Dark Order than the Elite.
3 people left.
Tiny Hands, Reynolds Wrap, and that guy that 10 beat down. Numero dos. Uno?
Uno.
Oh yeah, that
Evo
guy.
Uno.
Yeah, that fool. Yeah. Hangman and them I would rather see than seeing Hangman back with the Elite, because fuck the Elite.
I'm just saying.
Is what it is. Vince, spit or swallow?
I am swallowing the return of thick-thighed Tyler Bates in NXT. Love me some thick Tyler Bates thighs. Gets the dub. I'm all about it. I was excited when he was announced to return last week. Glad to see him back.
I disagree. That match was shit. And
I'm not swallowing the match quality. I'm swallowing the fact that Tyler Bate is back.
And Tyler Bate almost paralyzed Big Body Javi in that finish.
That's perfectly fine by me. I'm okay with that.
Dropped dude right on his. Hey, wow, no,
wow,
perfectly
no,
okay.
No,
perfectly
no,
okay.
That's not.
No,
fair.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it was a really bad landing on that Tyler Driver 98. He failed to get him up the first time. I thought maybe Javi was blocking, but then the way it finished, it was just rough to watch. Tyler Bate, I like that. Good job, Jesus. That's why we love having you in the chat.
His pun game is strong.
So yeah, no, that's the whole Big Body Javi thing, and Big Body Javi in general is just a spit to me. It's not hitting the way it was 2 weeks ago. It's hit and miss. But yeah, no, that neck thing, that was scary.
Yeah, no, Jesus, I never liked Javi. I was never behind Javi. I think that was you, Matt, that you said a few weeks back that you actually liked some of the stuff.
We liked the interaction with Javi and the backstage interviewer.
Mackenzie Mitchell.
The other blonde that's not Megan Morant.
Learn the blondes, sir.
I can't. Non-wrestling Charlotte Flair backstage. Kelly's
There is a line. There are boundary lines in the show, but we just like dry hump them apparently.
Wait, what? Oh, I no. Listen. There's a line, and I straddle it or dry hump it.
Yeah, that's
I
what I said. That's what I said.
I
There's lines on the show, and we just straddle them and dry
see.
hump them.
Here's you with the wee shit. I straddle and dry
See,
hump it.
you
Now,
out here want to talk about establishing the relationship and building a stronger bond, but when I refer to us as we, you want to talk about using eyes in your vocabulary.
you won't let me pee on you, and you won't do a glory hole with me. Why would I want to be in that
You
relationship?
didn't give
Vince?
up your butt cheeks a few weeks back when I wanted them the entire episode, so why
Did you
should
come
I?
over?
You kept saying no. I'm not going to chase after you, Matthew.
Maybe I want to be chased.
I ain't about to chase.
I see you out here flirting with Will all the time. You
Yeah,
chasing Will. You chasing Will. Maybe
Will's-
I want to feel special like Will.
Will's chasing me simultaneously as I chase him. It's a mutual.
And what do you
chasing.
think? What I was doing tonight was chasing you back. And what'd you do? You just shut me down. You didn't chase me, and then you shut me down. Anyway, we are moving on.
Maybe I'm butthurt that I didn't get butt.
I can make you butt hurt. We could work that out for you if that's what you want.
Isn't this fun, guys? Don't you miss
Katie,
this?
spit or
Katie?
swallow.
Thank you. I'm gonna swallow the Bandito and the American Nightmare Dragon Jake Long Bryan Danielson match because Bryan Danielson's on a world tour right now, and it's fantastic. I also love Bandito, so the fact that this match, my personal opinion, better than the Take a Shit match from last week, and that match was great. But then he goes to like Brian Cage next week. He's like, that's kind of disappointing. But Bandito and Brian this week was really fucking good. I was all about it. Max is stupid, but he's like getting angry. Which, if you're gonna make him a heel, just actually make him a piece of shit heel, not just cheap heat, which they need to do, and it looks like they're kind of doing. But Brian's running the gauntlet. He's winning every week until I think it was like mid-February he has to win, and then he gets his Iron Man match at Revolution in March. I don't know.
Stupid.
But like Brian's doing fantastic matches every week. So like I'm not gonna complain about it.
Well, I think it's every week up till Revolution, which is 8 weeks. So that might go into March.
No, it was February the 15th was the last match. I remember because I was watching it. It was like the week right before the 7 match in the.
That doesn't feel like 8 weeks, and I know it was supposed to be 8 weeks.
No, like it wasn't supposed to be all the way through Revolution. It was supposed to be until like mid-February. I think it was supposed to be the 15th, and from then on. Then then they'll start building the feud. Like if he just has to make it for like 4 weeks in a row is what it was.
Regardless, Brian's putting on fantastic fucking matches in Dragon World Tour. That's all I need.
To point out what Jesus said in the chat, where Matt said Brian Cage is 5'2" on Sheelite, and I haven't got the image of a short, buff, muscular, wide frame man out of my head. Here's the deal. They kept calling Kane 7 foot, and he was really like 6'9", 6'10". So if wrestling has a history of exaggerating people's heights, and I'm pretty sure Brian Cage's height was exaggerated. I do not think he is 5'8" or 5'7", whatever the fuck they said he is. He's definitely 5'2".
I think they said it was like 6 foot.
He's billed as
exaggerated.
6 feet even, but I'm gonna tell you this right now.
He's 5'2".
He's 5 something because I've seen him wrestle live. I've seen him walk by me in the rampway of the entranceway of Warrior Wrestling as I stood up, and he's maybe like an inch or two taller than me, and I'm 5'7". So best case scenario, he's 5'8".
Big Cass is 6'9". He's not 7 foot tall, so we can teach that. It's called fucking math. Anyway,
that was fun.
Bryan Danielson versus Bandolero.
I can't stand you.
What?
He's not a New Japan guy. Why are you giving him the New Japan treatment?
I just felt like it. I really did. Just was texting me during the match, and I told him I was going to read his text on the show. He said, "Dude, this Brian Bandio match is semi-sex grappling. Like a lot of forearms running sacks. Let's just say I've never been turned off because I asked him if he was getting turned on. Then he sent me a picture of submission. He's like, what's going on here? Brian has his couscous fumes all in Bandio's face. Damn organic nuts.
Jesus Christ, Justin. But like, it doesn't even surprise me.
And I read that with all of the misspellings that Justin tends to do. So.
Notorious for it.
I'm surprised he could spell couscous, but he couldn't spell bandito.
That definitely like autocorrected. It had to have.
Something happened.
Bakley, that's just bad, man. I'm not even gonna put it down the screen. That's just bad, bro. I'm not even putting it on the screen. Yeah, no. That's
that whole text exchange in the chat from Bandito to Bandolero to Band-Aid to that is what led to us talking about Taco Bell in the chat the other night.
Oh, that's how that conversation.
That's how that happened.
That makes sense.
But yeah, no, I'm with you. It's on. I had to read the text from Jess.
You had to. I understand.
Yeah, but it was a banger match. Probably best match of the night.
Oh, 100% the best match of the night. It was so fucking good.
Vince, spit or swallow.
I'm actually done with my spitter swallows, but gonna call it an audible and swallow bangbros.com getting the dub. They're my favorites to win the whole tournament. Glad they got the win. They keep throwing out banger after banger. I just need to bring out that bus when they get to the finals or when they challenge for the championships.
Literally the last thing on my list for SmackDown, bangbros.com for the win, baby. I am more about bangbros.com than I am about the bar or any other tag team that they have ever had. I wanted this. I begged for this, and I got it, and they made it even better than I could have imagined. I wanted European APA, and they gave me European APA with a porn name.
Yep.
Like,
there it is.
Come on now. Katie, spit or swallow.
Isn't it your turn?
Well, it was Vince, and he called an audible, and it goes Vince, Katie, Matt.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know. I feel shut up, Vince. I feel like I don't know. It's been a while. I'm spitting everything Ricky Starks jazzles because why are we still doing this? Why is it still a thing? Ricky Starks can be doing better things. Jericho can disappear forever and I'd be okay. But no, we're stuck with this. We're stuck with Ricky and Action Andretti, who's like a great wrestler, but like, why is he still? I hate the whole thing about it. I wish Ricky didn't have to be stuck dealing with this.
Also, Action Andretti's a stupid fucking name, but that's neither here nor there.
It sounds like a toy.
It does. Vince, did you not watch NXT?
No.
So you boycotted AEW and didn't watch NXT.
I boycotted AEW. Yes, correct. I plan to watch NXT, but I didn't watch it live. It's like I'm going to be honest with you. NXT hasn't really been hitting for me. I've been looking for reasons to watch, and this week I'm just like, I don't fucking care. I just don't
really
fucking care.
Because one of the greatest things in NXT history happened this week on NXT.
That's why I didn't say because I knew you were going to.
Stacks was made a motherfucking underboss, baby.
Yep. I had it in my notes, but I knew
no reaction from Vince whatsoever to a promotion to Stacks.
He's a fantastic.
You muted your mic. No. Oh.
My audio, everything, the connection kind of went a little wonky when I moved my microphone, so I didn't actually hear what you said.
I don't believe him.
It wasn't intentional.
Underboss Stacks, motherfucker. Underboss Stacks.
I'm so happy. He deserved it.
He absolutely deserved it. And thank you for saving that for me, Katie. I appreciate it. You know, they did the whole tease like they did with Two Dimes, where it was like, are you going to, you know, and he even offered, he's like, if you got to off me, boss. And he stood there ready to get thrown off the bridge. He's like, no, I'm going to make you an underboss. You're my boy.
Gave him a jacket and everything.
And after Vince swallowed the sacrifice and everything from last week, this conclusion to that story I thought would have been high on his priority list.
I didn't watch it. If I did, I probably would have had it in there. But I do have the caveat of I did want to address saying, how are you going to be underboss of the family when it's just two people of the family? Like he needs more people in the family.
Don't know that.
This family that Electra Lopez was running docs for the family. Like this is a big family.
Two people in NXT. That does not mean they don't have people all through Chicago, through Little Italy.
Okay, well, until we see a family, right now it's a 2-man show. So unless they plan,
are you saying two people can't be a family?
No, let's start reproducing.
That doesn't.
So if you had no relatives and it was just you and Melissa, you would not consider you and Melissa family.
I feel like we'd have to add a third member, a cat or a pet.
Why do you have to? You don't have to add anything.
This is my personal math. This is the question was directed towards me. Matt asked.
You better watch your tone.
There's no tone. I'm just saying. Matt asked me. I'm answering the question. Do you want me to answer it my way, or do you want me to answer it the way you want me to answer it? That's my question.
Will says him and I are family, and there's only two of us.
I'll make sure to let Kate and Zoe know that.
Go ahead. Let them know that Will said him and I are family.
Yeah.
I'll pass down the words. I'll pass the word now.
So unless you want to like spit Bakley or you came up with something, I think it's on Katie since you said you were out.
Going to swallow. Okay. Gonna swallow Toxic Attraction in the main events. Continued the storyline versus Roxanne Perez. I didn't actually see the match. Saw the result. I saw the entrances. That's all I really need to see from Toxic Attraction. Their presence is all I really need. So I'm still on Toxic Attraction and women main eventing. So you'd love to see it.
They had a promo still teasing a little bit of tension, but saying that there was no tension. Lyra Valkyria comes out. She interrupts. She gets jumped. Roxanne makes the save. Toxic Attraction loses to Roxanne and Lyra, even though I put Cora in my notes for some reason. I do that every fucking time. And I don't know why.
She did show up, though. She did show up during the match.
Cora did show up.
Okay.
After Lyra runs off fighting Cora, because apparently Cora and Lyra beat Toxic Attraction after Lyra runs off fighting Cora. And Roxanne handles Toxic Attraction 2-on-1. That's what my notes say, and it makes no fucking sense. But I know what happened.
You were on the right track. You did your best.
Yeah. So, women main eventing, NXT getting their proper spot, and the story of Toxic Attraction continues. And Lyra's great, or Lyra, whatever. Valkyria. Valkyria's great.
Lyrica.
It's not Lyrica. It is not that.
Lyrica Valkyria.
That's not it.
You can butcher people's names, but I can't.
No, you can. I thought you were being serious.
No, never serious.
Always serious. You've been very serious this entire episode.
I have not. Look how relaxed and unserious I am.
It's the tone in your voice, Vince.
I spent a good portion of the beginning
of
the show.
Ever since I talked to you about maybe letting your girlfriend piss on you, you've gotten very serious this entire show.
Well, that's a serious conversation one needs to have with another person. So that is a serious conversation to have, but no, not serious at all.
I was a proponent of the fact that Toxic Attraction did not need a new leader, should stay Toxic Attraction. I think they've been doing just fine without Mandy. Like I said, the whole story, them winning the Battle Royal, the tension, all of this, very interesting. If they end up breaking up Toxic Attraction, I'm fine with that. If they stay together as a tag team, I'm fine with that. I don't need Sonya. I don't need anyone added into the mix. Let them be them and do with them whatever you're going to do. I enjoy them both. And now that Mandy's gone, JC's bumped up her attractiveness just a little bit. It's weird.
Terrible. You're so terrible. But they they can't, like, they're continuously teasing this breakup if it happens. I mean, JC kicked Gigi in the face and that cost him the match.
Mm-hmm.
Gigi's gonna pull Shawn Michaels on Triple H in that fucking triple threat on Vengeance Day. I'm waiting for it.
Oh, when he just super kicks Triple H in the
out
start
of
of the
her.
match.
John Cena's gonna be shook. I'm sorry, Roxanne Perez is gonna be shook. It's gonna be crazy.
Katie, how many more you got?
I don't even know. I'll just keep going until you go, until you're done.
I was gonna say I've got 3, and
Okay.
one I didn't put on there because I assumed you were gonna talk about Sonya, so I left that off for you.
Okay, we brought it up. I'll just do it now. I love Sonya. Everybody knows. She started this whole fucking step on me bullshit. Love Sonya, but I'm just googling everything her and Charlotte right now. More so the fact that they didn't do anything with Sonya for the longest time. Randomly threw her back in, like, not really a build. She wasn't really on TV, nothing. And again, I love Sonya, and I want her to be in this spot, but something's just not hitting, and I don't know what it is. I like can't even fully blame Charlotte, even though she's like the babyface in this, and it's fucking weird because Charlotte shouldn't be a babyface because she's much better as a heel. It's a whole thing. I mean, I'm happy I'm getting the match. I am assuming Royal Rumble, if I were to guess.
Did I just hear you say that you were kind of maybe siding with Charlotte over Sonya in a Sonya-Charlotte feud?
I don't think that's exactly what I said at all.
You said you're not feeling Sonya and you can't blame Charlotte, and that's what that sounds like to me is.
Mm-hmm.
And
No.
that breaks my entire reality. That is Doctor Strange doing the spell in No Way Home and Peter Parker changing shit.
No.
Levels of madness in this multiverse.
Hell has frozen over.
What I'm
Somebody
saying
clip that.
is, there was no build to this.
Correct.
Sonya just got thrown in, and I want Sonya to be in this position, but something between her and Charlotte isn't clicking, and I don't know what it is.
It's all of it. None of it's clicking.
And it might just be because Charlotte's a face in this. I don't know.
You
but
definitely did say you can't blame Charlotte for.
You just said it. I can't even blame Charlotte, even though she's supposed to be the face, which is weird.
I don't even remember saying those words, but okay.
You literally just said them like not even a minute ago.
I understand I said them. I'm just saying.
I've heard you say that you were happy Charlotte came back because Ronda.
Because fuck Ronda Rousey.
And then I heard you say you can't blame, like, my whole reality is crumbling around me.
All right, well.
Do you have the reality stone? Are you fucking with me? Like, are you hiding that over there?
No.
You touch the ether? You get sucked into, a cave and stick your hand in a little red ooze?
I'm not a fucking gaslighter. That's Roman. That's not me.
That's funny.
I'm gonna swallow.
Kid Jesus said it too. Jesus, Katie's gaslighting us.
Katie does not look entertained right now at all.
No.
Oh, that's not my fault. That's the chat. I'm just reacting to it.
Technically, I think it's my fault, but I just want to make sure you're not becoming a Charlotte fan. That's all I need to know.
Fuck no.
It would literally break everything. I know. I don't know if I'd be able to podcast
Charlotte
going forward if that happened. Brooks and Fallon on NXT fighting about Kiana.
Yes.
Swallow.
Who gets to have Kiana?
Yes.
Not who gets to have Kiana. Fallon thinks that he's being used, and Brooks like, I'm broke as shit and a virgin. I ain't got shit. What's she using me for? We don't have tag time. Like, what could she be using me for? And he's absolutely right. You have absolutely nothing to offer. She already has her bar. Everything's good. There's no reason that this woman could be using you unless, she's trying to snatch your soul like she stole Rucka. Like, I don't know if maybe she's got like a championship belt of all the virginities she's taken, and you being like almost 30 and a virgin, like this is on her, top hunter list. I don't know. But they have a fight, and Fallon's like, I don't have your back no more. Like, fuck you, I'm out. But then she comes back and she's like, listen, even though I said if you got your heart broken and got the clap, I wouldn't have your back, I will. As a matter of fact, I decided that I am going to tag team with Kiana next week and try and be a good supportive friend. I am telling you right now, Fallon wants to fuck Brooks. There is something going on there. There's some unrequited love that she's realizing now that Kiana's interested. Oh, hey, maybe I've been interested this whole time and didn't know it. Like, that's what's going on.
It's
I'm about it.
It's the tale as old as time. You only want something because someone or someone just because someone else has it. You think you want it.
I thought you were about to sing Beauty and the Beast for me.
No. That's what it is. It's literally like, oh, I'm not playing with this toy. Someone else is playing with that toy. Hey, even though I wasn't playing with that toy and I didn't care about that toy, I want to play with it now because I see you playing it and having fun with it. So I think that's what it is.
We'll find out.
I don't quite care, but yeah. It's Brooks Jensen, man. I don't care.
Yeah, we know you don't care. I'm swallowing everything New Day, Pretty Deadly, Gallus. I'm invested. Gallus is fucking creepy and scary. They scare me. And I like that they nixed the original idea they had for NXT due to events that happened, and they went this route. Much happier, and that's good on them for doing that. And I mean, because I didn't want to see Pretty Deadly go after the titles again. Not at all. Throwing Gallus into the mix makes things more interesting. I would have been just fine with Gallus and New Day. Or even if Brooks and Jensen weren't with the whole Kiana Fallon soap opera thing, you could have thrown them in there too. That would have been fine.
Didn't they already get a championship match?
So Pretty Deadly.
But they lost.
So Pretty Deadly.
Exactly.
No, they didn't get did they get a rematch for the championship?
There are no more rematches, Vince. No rematch clauses.
So they didn't get a match. They defended.
They lost their
titles.
Yeah, they lost their title.
They lost their titles,
but they didn't get a match. They
had an opportunity to get a rematch and they lost.
To get a rematch and they lost to Gallus.
They have yet to have their match.
They didn't get an opportunity to get. They didn't earn a chance to get the match.
Because they went and sing the national anthem of a different country that they don't belong to.
No, because they lost to Gallus.
It's because they had to run a gauntlet and they lost.
Because the New Day finessed them. They had the gauntlet.
The New Day had Brooks and Dunn. Brooks and Dunn got their asses beat by Gallus, and Gallus came out and whooped everyone's ass. Except New Day. And
also they tried to finesse the New Day, and they got finessed.
No, they did not.
Did you see that first tag team they brought out?
Yes, they were trying to give highlights and clouds in a showcase in the spotlight for younger, newer, up-and-coming tag teams in the NXT division. I don't see the issue here.
Listen, Corey Graves, I'm going to need you to stop right now. I'm not a fan of Pretty Deadly being in this. They really don't do it for me. They haven't. I didn't like them in NXT UK. I don't like them over here. Gallus and New Day, I'm all for, though. So I love when they're champions and the photo shoots they do. But that is literally it.
I was about to bring that up. But you like them being in bed with their titles. I heard that Gallus changed their theme song. Is that true?
I have no idea what that
I think so. It's not that. Oh yeah.
That was such a good song. It's very catchy. It was actually my alarm on my phone for like the longest time. That's how I would wake up to Gallus's theme song.
Oh no. Anyway, I'm gonna swallow Tony Storm versus Willow on Dynamite. Tony and Saraya attack Willow after the match. Ruby makes the save. I have no idea what this makes Sheeta now, because we thought she turned heel, but now Tony and Saraya turned heel. So did she just stay babyface and knew they were corrupt the entire time? Like, I don't know what's going on, but you have my interest. Don't fuck it up, Tony Khan.
Well, next week we're getting Tony versus Ruby versus Britt, and this might be where Ruby makes her choice because she came out and saved Willow.
I do love the idea of an all-female NWO in AEW of just ex-WWE talent getting together and saying like "fuck AEW" and being heels and beating up the AEW originals and shit. Like
So-
I do really like that.
So you want to see Ruby Soho, Tony Storm, and Soraya in WWE?
That is correct as a faction, 100%.
They could work. That's interesting.
I
That's
mean, they have enough people. Savannah and I booked it. We can get an AEW women's blood and guts match and further the theory that women can bleed, and it's fucking awesome because fuck everybody else.
They bleed once a month and no one seems to have a problem with it. I don't know why they can't bleed on TV.
Literally. That's exactly what I said last week too. Or yesterday.
Man.
I know, I was quoting you.
That's funny.
It's the fucking truth. Like, it's. I'm not going on another rant. I did it yesterday.
You don't want to talk about uteruses and fallopian tubes and stuff?
I mean, I would like to see men sit for 3 to 7 days shedding a uterus. Go ahead.
I'm good. I don't want to try it. I've seen the videos of the dudes who put on like this thing for the pains and watch them just like crumble to the floor and shit. I'm good. Women are tough as shit. They can bleed in various parts of their body,
Multiple
not just
ways.
the vagina. Yeah, exactly. Last one, Katie, and I got one more, and then we're done.
Okay. I don't think we actually said it or anything about it. Swallowing Brawling Brutes and Imperium. Because
Okay.
why not? We had fantastic matches with them
earlier
this year.
Yeah, I think I swallowed 3 out of the 4 matches, and that was the one I missed.
I don't know how you missed that one. That was my favorite one. I love Imperium's not everyone's cup of tea, but they're doing their job. I don't know where Gunther is. He's hanging out somewhere. But Brawling Brutes are great. I love Pete Dunne, Butch, whatever. Imperium's great. Those 4 men can't really put on a bad match. Or they haven't this past year. Or last year, whatever. So I really thought it could have ended up being like TC like tweeted like bangerbros.com and Brutes.
I did not want to see that, and I was kind of upset that they were both in there because while I understand the dynamic, I did not want to see. I don't like multiple tag teams in a faction. Period.
Weren't there multiple tag teams in the Ministry of Darkness?
No.
APA, Edge and Christian. That's multiple tag teams.
Edge and Christian was a trio, so they were their own faction inside a faction. That was a whole different
But they were a tag team. Edge and Christian are the tag team in that trio.
Yeah,
exactly. And that trio is in the tag team. And
the Brood was its own thing. It was a subsidiary of the ministry.
But they were in the ministry. They were part of the ministry.
Viscera and Midian teamed up after the APA left, I believe.
I don't know about that, man. You're gonna have to look it up. I think I might have.
The point is, I made a stance about I didn't like the fact that the Jazzholes had like 4 fucking tag teams in a faction.
Yeah, that's
so I'm not going to sit here and be okay with it if someone else is doing it. That's all I'm saying.
Sure. I mean, we're not getting it, so it's okay.
I'm gonna spit something that you briefly brought up earlier, but we didn't really get into. Spitting Darby stepping to the House of Black disrespectfully on Rampage tonight is literally the only note I took from Rampage. Fuck that emo little bitch. Fuck him. I beat Malachi and I beat Brody, and I need to know that I can beat buddies so he doesn't have to challenge me. Back the fuck off. You are nowhere near the level of House of Black. Nope. Go back to doing stunts and pretending to be Jeff Hardy, and stay the fuck away from the House of Black because this is not what we need for them. We needed House of Black versus Death Triangle. We need House of Black dethroning the Elite and taking the trios titles. Yep. We do not need them fucking around with some little emo bitch with half his face painted, who I'm fairly certain Sting is going to just beat with the bat at some point. I've been waiting for it every time he's come down the last couple weeks. Something's up. And I just really want Sting to crack him right in the fucking skull.
I would be okay with that. I have a theory. I offer you this. If we can't get Death Triangle dethroning the Elite, which we rightfully deserve. We get Malachi becoming TNT champion and Brody and Buddy going after the tag titles.
I'd be okay with that.
That is
I do also have to argue the fact that House of Black does the same thing that I don't like, because you have the Kings of the Black Throne, and then you could also have Buddy and Brody. Why can't you just pick a fucking tag team? Like, why wrestling? Why can you not pick one fucking tag team for a group?
Well, I think the argument for that is not Buddy. Brody and Malachi were the tag team, and then like months later they brought Buddy in. So they were, I don't know. And Julia's in there now, so it's a quad. It's a quad. I don't know. So
I'm actually okay with the Freebird rule, and if House of Black wants to run the Freebird rule, I'm cool with that. So that I'm fine with.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Because it's still one tag team, they just interchange partners. But if it's Kings of the Black Throne as one tag team and House of Black as another tag team, that's where I take issue.
I get you.
Matt's okay with being poly in the tag team.
Yes. That is all I have. Anyone got anything else?
Nope.
I've been done for a few minutes now. I've just been chilling.
Yeah, I know you have. Vince, favorite show of the week?
SmackDown, just because Firefly Funhouse.
Katie?
Well, I have a feeling you're also going to pick SmackDown, so I'm just going to I'll just say Dynamite, but I already know what the answer is going to be, so go ahead.
SmackDown. We got the Firefly Funhouse back. I saw Bray Wyatt's censored ass crack. Nothing gets better than that.
Is that the thumbnail?
Best show of the week per the Smackin' Raw podcast minus Miss Katie Kinsey Baby is SmackDown. Katie, plug yourself.
You can follow me on Twitter at GatorAston13, link dream about take all things She Elite Showcase, twitch.tv/She Elite Showcase, typically Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern, youtube.com/She Elite Showcase. I say watch videos because they're way more entertaining. Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, if you want to listen. She Elite is the brand, and the weekly show, Inside the Mind of, newest episode with Joey Carney of the Angle Podcast comes out on Monday. I'm very excited about that. It was a great time. Matt gets mentioned. Not by me. I didn't do it first. I swear. So that's on Joey this time.
He always gets mentioned.
I can't help it. It happens. He's the connection to everybody. So whatever. Boost his ego a little bit. Make him feel better.
The dawn of podcasting. Continue.
Savannah's has all her shows. Everything's up on the channel. Just go check it all out. There's a lot up there.
Vince, would you like to plug yourself, or are you in the mood?
Sure. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at SESVince. Hit the link tree in my bio. We'll take you to everything Straight Talk, Create Your World, Smackin' Raw, the works. We haven't dropped the Straight Talk episode lately, but we're trying to work on this Chicago Bulls Blow It Up podcast. We're going to be doing a Chicago NBA All-Star reserve predictions, then drafting our own teams. So we're going to have at least 3 NBA related podcasts dropping on Straight Talk. So go ahead and search up SES Vince in your preferred audio podcasting feed, and Straight Talk will show up. On top of that, I made a guest appearance on not only Botch Spots and Chair Shots last night, but the previous night with the Get Joe podcast. So go ahead and check out the latest episode of Get Joe podcast and Botch Spots and Chair Shots. All good times, great times, and I'm going to be doing a Power Rangers podcast, so stay tuned for that.
As always, you can follow me on Twitter at MattRose at MATTRDDER only, or getting off on Twitter only. If you want to follow our horror stuff, tomorrow, same time as tonight, we'll be live talking winter horror movies. The theme is snow because we don't have any in fucking Chicago and it's weird as shit. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow. Come check out me, Katie, Just, and maybe Reek. We'll see. Also, we talked about it. Facebook.com/group/SmackinItRaw exists. You guys can go there, join our Facebook group. Very chill group chats and discussions. No drama, no bullshit. Very laid back. Come check us out there. For Miss Katie Kinsey Bay Bay, the shaman of Sheelite and host of the Sheelite Showcase and all the other bullshit. And Pornhub Poppy, Sullivan Spitter Swallow, Daddy Delgado, my friend Vince. I am the patron saint of podcasting, the Don of podcasting. What?
I was reading Benji's comments. Sorry.
Oh. The Warden Matt Ritter. I'm adding Don now because Katie just put that in my head. So, come kiss
You're
the
welcome.
ring. The Don of podcasting, the Warden Matt Ritter.
You have
This
to
has
get
been
started.
the #1 wrestling podcast on Pornhub, the Smackin' Raw podcast.
Later, y'all.
If you guys want to hang out and do a post show, that is completely up to you. I have to be up at the crack ass of dawn, so I am going to leave. Thank everyone in the chat. I love you all. Have a good night and come join us tomorrow.
Before you go, title, I'm assuming you're dubbing it Golden Showers.
Yeah.
And it's the picture you sent in the
You can pick whatever picture you want. I just thought you'd like that picture, so I sent it to you, and that's why I put Vince ? But you were in charge of the thumbnail, so whatever you come up with, title's Golden Showers, because we talked about pissing on people a lot. Like, I feel like R. Kelly right now.
Jesus Christ.
We did forget to plug Creation Conversation Monday through Friday during your
I
lunch.
plugged it when I plugged all of the Creation World stuff at the beginning of the show.
No, like plug it again. I mean,
why would I plug it twice?
Get more eyeballs on it. Get more traffic.
Listen, every time Travis drops a thumbnail with a porn star on it, we get more views on that than any videos. We have like 1.7 views on our AVN review. Like, it's about the thumbnail. It's not about me plugging it on Smackin' Raw. Trust me.
Well, Benji may not know that Creation Conversation is a thing, so maybe Benji will start joining in the live chat in lunchtime during his break.
I feel like that's when Benji's working for his Wi-Fi. I don't know if he's free at lunch.
There you go. See, Benji says always plug it twice. Gotta reinforce the plugging.
We have discussed that Benji is not from this planet. That may be how they do things on his planet, but if you plug it, plug it in tight, you don't have to plug it twice. And I plugged it in as tight as you can.
Wow.
Nice and secure. It
doesn't get tighter. But I do have to go. Vince, I love you. I'll see you next week. And then maybe not again for a month. We'll see.
Well,
Katie?
I'll still be available for Creation Conversation. I just won't be able.
Oh, yeah. So I guess I'll still see you on Tuesdays. So that'll be nice.
I guess.
Okay. We can do that.
Wow, he said I guess. Damn.
He has yet in 2 weeks to show up for an episode of me and him on Creation Conversation, so there are no guarantees there, but we will see what happens.
To be fair, I got saddled with that double shift on Wednesday that day of. Like, I was going to text you, and you beat me to the punch and texted me about like making sure I'm available for Wednesday's show. Tuesday,
because you didn't show up on Tuesday. When I needed you.
Tuesday, completely fumbled the bag because I went into my shift thinking I'm only going to do 2 to 10, and then midway through my shift at 8 p.m., as I'm getting ready to close the shift, they're like, "Hey, we need you to stay and work the overnight because no one else can come in." So I stayed till 6 a.m., went to sleep, and then overslept past all my alarms.
Which is why I said that doing a Saturday show when you're doing that shift is probably not going to work out. However, Vince, do you see, like, I propose all these fun sex things for us to do? You say no. You no-showed me on our date on Tuesday 2 weeks in a row, and yet you're out here telling me that I'm not committed to this relationship.
I don't think you are, but that's neither here nor there.
You guys need couples counseling.
I showed up to the date, Vince. I was sitting at that table. I ordered appetizers, and I had to eat them all by myself because you never came. And Travis showed up and filled in for you.
But you had a fun time.
I have a fun time every time people let me talk. It's what I do best.
I suppose. All right.
Anyway, I do have to go.
Katie,
I'm exhausted.
All right. So that's no post show. So
no.
Go to sleep, everyone.